Get ready for an exhilarating journey into the boundless world of imagination. Welcome, comic book enthusiasts, to the extraordinary realm of Out of Obscurity. This groundbreaking anthology, published by Arrow Comics, unveils a legion of aspiring creators, each eager to leave their mark on the industry. Prepare to be captivated as they breathe new life into obscure public domain characters, creating their own unique tales within the pages of this awe-inspiring collection. Out of Obscurity is a testament to the unwavering passion and creative prowess of these emerging talents. They have meticulously resurrected forgotten heroes and heroines, spinning intricate yarns that span the ages. Brace yourself for action-packed battles, mind-bending mysteries, and heartwarming triumphs that will transport you to uncharted territories of excitement. By supporting our Fund My Comic campaign, you become an essential part of this historic endeavor. Together, we can catapult these aspiring creators towards their dreams of comic book glory. Join us on this epic odyssey and witness the birth of new legends. Your generous contributions will not only help us bring Out of Obscurity to life, but also grant you access to exclusive rewards, including remarkable artwork, signed copies, and behind-the-scene glimpses. Embrace the spirit of adventure, for within these pages, untold wonders await. Together, let us ignite the spark of greatness within these visionary talents and redefine the landscape of the comic book universe. Be a part of history and make Out of Obscurity a reality.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I need to check that file. All right. Anyway, this is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Welcome to this show. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So far, got Mr. Jason Black over here. He's like, hell and welcome. I got a bit to say on this subject. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Hey, I'll let you take this one. I'll be in the chat. All right. Romo Art, my man, Romo. Hey, man. Good to see you, buddy. He's open for commissions. They're trying to replace a purloined bank account. They're still trying to get that straightened out. But he's a heck of an artist. He did a cover for me that's currently being painted. That's going to be really awesome. Looking forward to letting you guys see that one. Hold on 1 second. Black Hat Cinephile is here. Cinephile. All right. Hey, man. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, let me start with the usual. Today, I am going to do a little review of a certain book called Terror in the Trenches. All right. Now, I used to start out with the merch packages. Now, this is a Rise Again Comics merch package. And he does things differently from anybody else that I back. in that most of his merch packages they seem to have like a world building kind of aspect to them, which is just like it's a real big emphasis for him. He likes to build his world out. Anyway, so what do we have? We have this poster card right here. It's really cool. Dan Lawless. That's the Dan Lawless print right there. Got a patch. Terror in the Trenches. There you go. Really cool. Behind that, you got this sticker. There you go. And a card. Now, these cards are really good. That one there is for Lady Satan. And it's a really cool image on it. But at the back... I dropped it. Hold up. Let's see if I can grab it real quick. All right, here we go. Nothing but professional here. But the way he does the backs, it looks like a file, right? Like it's a file. All right. Now, the reason he did that is because this comes with it. Ultra top secret terror files. All right. Now, these are cool. These are like written in the perspective of a put upon, researcher. And every single one of these say that he is requesting a transfer. But so you have the guy on the character, kind of like the character development images, but really cool. But then on the back, you've got this. It's like a dossier, right? But it looks official. I'm going to talk to him because my FERA files, I had something very similar in mind for it. And so you got 4 of these cards right here. And the little sleeve is even cool. The little sleeve is really cool. So that's just world building. It's just pure world building right there. And Vaughn's always really clever about this stuff. He is very thoughtful. He designed graphics for years for other people. So a lot of this design, it's got kind of his ideas, his aesthetic. There's nobody like him. Nobody like him in the indie space. I don't think. I haven't found anybody remotely like him. So in the main, there's also this poster right here. I assume it's Lady Satan and Terror in the Trenches guy himself. Anyway, all right. The book itself. Hold on a second. Going to make a sandwich. The stomach is distracting me. Gotcha. All right. To stream or not to stream while streaming. Yeah. We're going to talk about this. But right now I'm still reviewing. Now, this shows his design aesthetic because the back is really cool. But look at that right there. All right, got the spot gloss, got the foil lettering. It's gorgeous. It's one of the most gorgeous colors or gorgeous covers I've gotten. But the interior is always Marco McCagney. She's just a freaking genius. She does like Tim Lim not Tim Lim, but Bruce Timm with an edge. That's her style. It's kind of cutesy, kind of cartoony, but brutal at the same time, if that makes any sense. But it's got some really scary images, But that's one thing that Vaughn specializes in. He specializes in a protagonist that's just as scary as the as some of the antagonists are. Um, anyway, so let me review the book itself. All right. This one, it's a little hard to review this one because this was meant to be part of two. And it makes no pretenses as to being its own book, which is, which I can see the problem that you run into if you have an arc that stretches out more than one book. Sometimes your pacing is over two books, and the story feels a little bit, shall we say, like it's not as important in itself. Like if you don't have the others part of the story, then it loses a little bit of its importance, which happens, it happens a lot. That's why most people like graphic novels to have like a complete arc in one, which Monster MD did. But and this is like starts out really cool, World War II. Does the kind of the whole flashback thing, and look at that right there. Goodness gracious, yeah, that's one of the images that sold the book right there. But my problem comes in is when he's like stateside and he's doing his pharmacist thing. And he meets this like really cool veteran guy who had a real great personality, really clever, really neat personality, and so it was like I was like getting kind of like enjoying the kind of like the peacetime. I was kind of enjoying a little bit of the the everyday. It's kind of getting me to understand the character a little more, and then everything just goes sideways, and that moment is gone. And if I had any problem with the writing, it would be that I felt like the world that he had stateside wasn't. You didn't dwell in it long enough for me to care that it was that something happened to it, which is it's in the. I'm not spoiling anything. It's right there in the all the descriptions of the book. But something bad happens to the place. But I just felt like I needed to meet more of the people. I needed to see more of the sights. I didn't really get a good look at the environment and how much he cared about it or how much it meant to him before, boom, that we're into the conflict. And I felt a couple pages more, maybe even just one page more of dwelling in that space would have helped me feel the loss or, of maybe feel the stakes more. As it was, it's like I went almost straight in from World War II into another war zone, and I didn't have this moment in time to kind of settle in to the new reality before it's almost like no time had passed, and evidently had been nearly 10 years. So if I had any problem with it, the writing wise, it would be that that if you're going to spend that much space, that much time, that big of a book, that I felt like there was that he kind of rushed through the mundane to get to the cool stuff. But the main mundane has always been the beauty of Vaughn's writing. When you get to like Monster MD, well, the cool thing about that was when it wasn't like when there wasn't conflict, when there wasn't stuff happening, and it wasn't like a lot of when it was kind of like him, taking care of his day to day. that kind of so that way when things were threatened, you felt like, oh crap, you felt the stakes. So if I had any criticism, and it's hard to criticize a lot on Vaughn because he's such a brilliant writer uh, and a world builder. But if I had any criticism, it would be that I wish it would have given me more pages of, to settle into the world before, all the cool stuff happens, Um, and you see that a lot, in lesser writers where they want to get straight to the cool stuff. They want to get straight to the splash pages and the big panels and stuff like that. And they miss the subtleties, the character interactions, the people that they meet, the people that maybe not have anything to do with the narrative, but it's just part of the world. And so if anything happens, to that little community, you feel it, it's gut wrenching to you. I think that's something that, considering how big the book is and how big it's going to go across 2 books, and it's just conflict the whole way. I felt like spending more time on the quiet moments at the beginning of the book may have, made it more even keeled, maybe raised the stakes, maybe tweaked the emotions a little more. But that's just me. I mean, this is my opinion. It's a brilliant book. It's, as always, it's Von Klaus, Rise Again Comics. You really can't go wrong. You see Von's name on anything, I recommend it. He's one of the better writers we have in CG or indie comics, period. And his aesthetics are always just on point. Just a brilliant mind. So anyway, so how many carrots out of 6 am I going to give this one? 5 carrots out of 6 for this one. It maybe if I go back and get the whole book, get the second half of the book. Hold on a second. I appreciate your opinion, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. But I'm going to leave the door open when I get the second half of this book and kind of get the weight of it. I think I'll know. I may wind up giving it a 6, but right now it's a very solid 5 for me. It's a definite bunny recommend. I say pick it up. The link to the IndieGoGo, which is in demand, is in my description. So probably should have pinned that to the chat. I keep forgetting to do that. Anyway, so if anybody wants to come on and have this conversation, feel free to help me out. But there's plenty of people over there with opinions on it. But let's talk about this. Now, the YouTube, getting your YouTube show, getting your following lined up before you launch your book. That's been that's kind of like the suggested, there's even Rob from the Australian Rob. He basically did a PDF that said this is how you crowdfund your book, and the first thing he gets is basically if you don't build your own show, go ahead and get on every show that you can, and so that's the model right now is build a channel or get on everybody else's channel that you can and get your face out there, get your name out there and everything like that. And so for 3 years, I've been following that pattern. I've been following a pattern of making my own show, building my own kind of like fiefdom here, here at the rabbit hole. And so, I've been trying to follow that. And And so, but I hit a snag when it came to time to crowdfund my book. Um, in that I started working these 6-day weeks for on third shift, which and plus I had all this conflict right before I launched that took out a lot of my legs, and so it's been a little hard since to get back on my feet. And I've had it, I did have a couple of shows last week that didn't go well. One of them, my internet just completely conked out on me. I don't know what happened. I had to reset my entire computer. So whatever it was a bug in probably StreamYards or something. But I lost a lot of time pushing my book, and the next one, I got opportunity to go on a stream, and it turned out it was a 4-hour hangout stream, and I was I didn't have time to do it. I hung with them for an hour, but I still had work that night, and so I couldn't stay the whole time, and so it didn't look good on me that I wasn't able to stay the whole time. So, but I wasn't aware it was going to be that long of a stream. Evidently, there's guys that stream for 4 or 5 hours, and I can't do that. I'm working all the time. Hold on one second. I'm going to sound quite aggressive with my points here, but years before these guys started telling everyone to do streams all the time, with a small contingent of the audience that watches streams. Years before these guys started telling anyone to do streams all the time for the small contingent audience. Right. So that model was years ago. At that time, the community was small. At that time, there was just a few major shows. And when people started shows, because of the paucity of that many that shows like from this community, the ones that they had really would just take off. Right. They're all in the 100K range now. Yeah. People like Yellow Flash was an early one. Raging Golden Eagle was an early one. Of course, EVS, Malin, hold on a second. I got 4 or 5 hours to spend. I'll spend it working on my books, right? Exactly. So these, and the second tier of shows kind of came in, and that was kind of like the Bancrofts. He kind of like came in, and then the Crack Pack kind of started up, and I came in a little after those guys. So that was the second tier, and there was still small enough group. There's small enough. There's few enough shows that these people were able to go and get to 1,000 subs. People. I mean, my gosh, B Rose was able to get 1,000 subs. I know that was mostly, Phoenix Animation, and they blew up right after that. But I mean, B Rose actually at one point has 1K, technically has 1K show, which he hasn't, which he kind of abandoned for months and months and months. But the thing about it is, I mean, at that second, it was starting to slow down then, right? So where people weren't, it wasn't like there were starting to be so many shows that it was a little hard to stand out. It's beginning to kind of like peter out a little bit. And now, people that are starting shows now, hold on one second. I'm one of the few in the stream watching demographic, so I'm speaking against my own interest here, but stream watchers just aren't that many. The audience wants short opinion videos. Yeah. That's true. The stream watching definitely has gone down, unless you get like multiple people on one stream, like the Professionals, the CG Kings, Friday Night Tights, the Critical Drinker. Once you start cross pollinating all of these, they start cross-pollinating and people like getting on streams with each other's streams, and they're starting to like, and there's a few networks out there, like the Madness Network has a lot of these smaller streamers kind of joined up. And Luke Stone has a network of streamers that have kind of teamed up. I was part of that at one point. But the thing about it is, though, is it seems like that model is not as potent as it used to be, and it's not. And so my contention is, and this is the question I'm asking myself, and I'm kind of looking into it, is it still the way? Is this is still the way to build an audience, build a base that is going to come and buy your book and fund you? Is that still the way? Or going on all these endless shows? I mean, Hojo manages to get, he's pushing 12K on his first book, but he went on at least 100 or more shows. I mean, everywhere. And he's starting to get on some bigger shows now. But it took that man months and months and months and months, day after day after day of going on show after show after show. At one, and he put in a ton of work. And but I mean, so that he used that Rob's PDF. Hold on a second. I agree with Jason Black. The audience want fresh, new, catchy content every single day, but in 7-minute clips, right? It hasn't gone down. It's just capped. The big streamers got those people to come and watch our streams by building their channels with vids, right? Brash, Umbrella, and Ripple aren't even real comic creators. They're personalities, pro YouTubers with money to hire artists and writers. I have never streamed or been on a stream, right? I want to punch all the CGUs who lead each other to think streaming all the time without putting out vids was healthy or productive. My stream starts at 7 p.m. tonight. Go Robo. Now there is a misnomer. That really does work for draw streams. Okay. If you're an artist, draw streams are a good way to build your channel. I've watched Luke Stone do really pad out his numbers with draw streams, and people like to watch art happen. They like to watch it happen. That's one of the things that Artist Alley is of such an appeal on comms. At cons, people like to watch people create. They like to watch the thing it happen real time, and so draw streams they can still pad out your channel, because even if people don't come and watch every time, they'll come and watch sometimes. So being an artist, if you're an artist, I definitely suggest a draw stream. Comic creators far outweigh the people actually buying them in numbers too. Yeah. That's a little bit of an issue. But it's because we're in the same pond, and this pond here, everybody who used to back other people are starting to make their own books, and they've caught the dream, and they've put money into it. They've got artists, and they're building their own. They're making their own books, and so hold on a second. Don't get me wrong. Again, don't get me wrong. I love this, but I'm not gonna put 100K into your campaign, right? Exactly. But so the thing about it is, though, is because this community is all about exposing yourself to the community at large. But the people that watch these streams are all from the same community, and it's almost very insular. And so, hold on a second. I have 25 art time lapses posted. Some of them are lowest viewed videos. Well, that's not like I said. It's an exception, not the rule. So, some people, those are their highest rated videos. Some people they're not. So, It's not fast, and you know, I'm not an expert by any stretch of imagination. I'm pretty much talking out my butt today, working out my process here. But the issue, there's a stream of normies out there right now, a stream of them, and they're looking for. They're tired of pop culture. They're tired of the pop culture that they're being fed. They're tired of what the quote unquote mainstream today, what it looks like. And the only way that we flip the script, the only way we flip and become the culture and start having influence in that the aspect of it is if we find a way to get the normies into the indie space. For the most part, the people who are into space right now are the ones that already know about it, or the ones that are kind of like in the comics and into either creating comics or reading comics. And but basically, because of the way especially CG has been like painted, they any web search of CG turns up that god awful Wikipedia page, and there's Ethan Van Sciver's ugly face for about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Sorry, Ethan. Just kidding. I know he occasionally watches me, so I'm kidding. But the thing about it is, though, is there's so much more out there, and when you see the numbers, like something that Oliver Anthony did. Now I know his real name is Christopher Lunsford. I know that's his real name, but that's the name he goes by, Oliver Anthony. But you see how he managed to just capture people's imaginations and just blew up. And because it was just so authentic, it was so, pure. Whether you agreed with him or not, you could not disagree with the fact it was pure. What he was doing is so pure. And people just don't want artifice anymore. They want something pure. They want something done with passion, done with heart, done with all of their people's hearts, souls, and minds, and they want that. They're begging for it. That movie, Sound of Freedom, that movie was done with heart. It was done with shoestring budget. It was done with people who really had passion for getting that, and it showed up in that movie. And that movie dethroned Indiana Jones over the fourth. Indiana Jones 5 dethroned over the fourth by a movie that was in a fraction of the theaters, because when people saw it, they saw authenticity. They saw something real. When Jim Caviezel looks at the camera and says, "God's children are not for sale," if you can't get behind that, something's freaking wrong with you. But Tom McDonald's been doing this the last couple of years. I've been watching his the Hangover Gang and his Ascension, and he was able to top the pop charts, which is like the monolith is like the biggest mountain. It's where the most money is, and he managed to top the pop charts over Christmas with this goofy little song "Ghost" that he did with his girlfriend and him and his parents in the video. And it's just a goofy them dancing around on video, and it's just goofy, but it's sweet and it's real and it's genuine and it expresses something pure. And it caught on with people. And he's not even a singer. He's or pop star. He's just, he identifies as a rapper, but he manages to top the pop charts over Taylor Swift and Sam Smith. Okay. During the Christmas season. That's crazy. Okay. Now, so what I'm saying is, okay, hold on a second. Let me get caught up with Jason. I literally can go off on this all day. We're not so different from normies. I think about what you search on YouTube. What are the fundamentals of script writing a comic? What page size do I draw? Other basic comic making questions. If I go looking for these things, I don't get CG channels answering them. Well, I try to. In 10 minutes, tutorial style vids. Right. That's the short vids where people talk about books I used to read. X-Men, Fatal Attractions, Age of Apocalypse, Switchblade. I go looking for breakdown vids about this issue, not CG vids. Right. Yeah, true. So let me sorry a second. CG isn't serving my interests. It's doing next to nothing about reaching anyone else. Right. So this model, this old model, you know, the PDF that Rob put out, about, you know, form your own channel, go on everybody else's streams. But when you go on everybody else's streams, how much is that a crossover? How much is that a crossover? You know, how much is that the same people? You know, when I went on Iron Age, and Royce is a big supporter of mine. Royce of Drink with Crazy. He's got quite a community growing over there, and there's some crossover, but there's not like a huge crossover with CG. And so I was hoping that maybe I could get outside the CG bubble, but that getting out over there, I was still seeing some of the same names, and I was still seeing some of the same people. I was still running into a lot of the same issues, and so I think we need to start talking about how do we tap that desire that's out there, that desire for authentic, that desire for something pure, something done with passion, not with corporate interest, something that's done without an agenda in the hand, without DEI breathing down someone's neck, or CEI, or CERT, you know, the three-headed monster that's destroying all of mainstream output right now. But hold on a second. Getting out of the CG bubble is a good idea, I think. Well, the thing about it is, I'm not talking about leaving CG. I'm talking about popping the bubble. I'm talking about, you know, corrupting the stream, you know, and getting out of our little ghetto here, and start getting people that are out here desperately looking for anything that's pure, that's honest, that is authentic. They're desperately looking for something that is not a talking point. That is, I mean, I watch Friday Night Tights. Okay, I watch those guys. Gary Buckler happens to be one of the most charming human beings on the planet. Him and Critical Drinker both are just like the you know, I don't watch Geeks and Gamers. Those guys annoy me, but you know, I watch Nerdrotic, and I watch Critical Drinker. But those guys are starting to get on mainstream shows. They're starting to get on mainstream like podcasts and things like that. And they're starting to ask these questions, and the only people who seem to have the answers are the people that are asked for or were pushed outside far enough that they have perspective, you know, and that's happening right now. Hold on. What's the main point today? Like Comicsgate or YouTube? No, the main point today is this model that we've pushed for crowdfunding. Is it still viable? That's the question I'm asking. Hold on a second. Put out videos that are interesting to the people you want to attract. Right. Sorry, just got in. No problem, man. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. But one thing about me that's got me in so much trouble, and so hold on a second. They aren't the echo chamber, although people think they are, right? Right. But the one thing it's kind of got me in trouble. It's got me in trouble in this community. It probably got me in trouble with Eric July and got me canceled. Um, is that I basically I can't allow. I mean, if I see a problem, if I see if I see a solution that's there, I want to go for it. You know, I used to have this whole group behind me called Genesis Crew. We called ourselves a think tank, and we used to like work through these problems. And we used to try to come up with solutions, but all that blew up about the same time as I got canceled. But I missed that like Kelvin of people coming together and talking about these things. But if we don't talk about these things, guys, if we don't like say, what if the system's broken? What if the system's no longer working for anybody but the big guys at the top? If we don't like say, okay, is there a way that I can get my book out to people without going on 100 shows and threatening my marriage like Hojo did, you know? Because I work third shift, and so the time most of these guys are on stream, I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm supposed to be resting, and I've pushed myself beyond my limits. Last Saturday morning, I had to leave work early because I could no longer function, and I barely made it home because I'd been canceling my sleep for 3 days straight and going on streams trying to push my book, trying to promote my book. And I get told all the time, there's a snide remarks, all the time that, you've been in the system, you've been in the community, you have to go on all these shows. Why don't you just why don't you ask this person to go on their show, or this person to go on their show, or this person to go on their show? And it's like, I went on like 8 shows in 1 week, and it barely moved the needle for me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going on these people's shows. I enjoy meeting people. But it just seems to me that there's a whole stream of normies out there. There's this rich geyser of money and interest out there. People just begging for somebody to show them where to spend their money. And all they want is authenticity. All they want is something pure. All they want is something genuine. And we've got the product. We've got the product. I Fund My Comic is talking about street teams and talking about going outside and putting spinner racks out there and offering these our comics to comic shops again. And say you don't have to like carry mainstream if you don't want to. And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But that's months down the road now. Hold on one second. Let me get back here. All right. I got behind. CG creators, streamers have a blind spot for this. Streaming is good for reinforcing the community you've built. You build by putting out regular content videos, right? The popping bubble thing you said makes so much more sense to me. Thank you. Thank you. You were canceled. I'm so lost. I haven't been around for a while. Yeah, I got canceled. Quite a bit. Somebody canceled the hell out of me. Jason's right. Every video I upload something that anyone seeing it might think I could watch that. Right? Right? The solutions aren't difficult. It's known how to get to 100K subs on YouTube. Most YouTubers feel they're doing poorly if they only bring in a few hundred subs a week. Yeah. Right. Eat steak and eggs. Hello, H0. Hey, man. Hold on, man. Are we talking about using the stream shows to promote? Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Chrome Dog in the house. All right. Yeah. Bow. Woof woof. All right. There you go. I'm going to watch all the streams now. I had no idea you're out and about. Anyway, there it is. Bow woof woof. All right. So, there are people out there right now. They have great books, but can't just like constantly go on shows. And, because they're like working full time jobs and there are, you know, they are like working on these comics themselves. My friend, always point to Shadow Punk, you know. Hold on a second. So I want to hear Bunny's thoughts in 10-minute video every morning when I'm having coffee or whatever the latest thing. That's congruent to your ethic philosophy. Okay. I'll start working on that. I'll work on that. But okay. All I'm saying is here I am. I know I've got the product. I know I've got the book. I've got the world. I've got the universe. I've got the characters. And hold on a second. You don't have to be Yellow Flash or Tug, but you do have to do what they do. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to endlessly talk about Amber Heard, but I may have to figure out something. But one light at the end of the tunnel. The other day I did do. Hey, what's up, Mortal? Hey, man. I did do a short the other day for YouTube. Just a short talk about Oliver Anthony. The reason why that I thought he resonated, and I did kind of hashtagged the Oliver Anthony thing, and I got over 1,000 views. First time I've ever gotten anything over 1,000. 3 comments, but I actually increased my channel subs by 5, the biggest jump I've had in a long time. And so I'm wondering if the YouTube algorithm, unless you put out shorts, is throttling your channel, And so I've started putting out more shorts. And but a lot of the things that people are suggesting to me are the suggestions of people that have a lot of time, a lot of resources, and a lot of energy capital. So, I do what I can so far, and I'm working on some new stuff. Slowly but surely. I shelled out more money than I really had for some voice changer software. And so far, I've been really interested in doing some things with voice changing software. And so I'm thinking outside the box, guys. If we don't think outside the box, we're stuck in the box. And right now we're stuck in the box. Right now, I could go on like 16 shows in the next 2 weeks, and I may get another 100. I may get another 30 backers or 40 backers, maybe. And that's a lot of energy, and it's a lot of sweat equity to put in for and you see, when you see that a hillbilly in his back country with a resonator guitar singing something honest and pure and uploading it to YouTube, and next thing you know, he's got 5 spots in the top 10 of Spotify. It's crazy. But people are looking for authenticity. They're begging for it. Hold on a second. Isn't the creator's job to figure out a way outside of just doing streams? Not talking about you, just mean in general. Just the doing streams are bad due to product not moving, right? Right, true. Key to the interest, I started Substack. How about something new? Yeah. Promote whatever you want to promote, man. That's what I'm here for. The downside of streams, they kind of seem expired after the stream is over. Yeah, they do. hard to make evergreen content. What's up, Wolfler? Hey, man. Hold on a second. Absolutely, Black Hat Cinephiles, not the algorithm pushing you. It's that we aren't watching the 3-hour streams from 2 weeks ago. The recommendation system tried to show it to us. Oh, okay. Do the best you can with what you got. Yeah, that's true. There's a tipping point somewhere. You do lots of streams when you're somewhat popular. People will clip shorts and you'll blow up. But if you haven't reached that threshold, no one will know. Yeah, I'm looking into clipping more. Everyone that doesn't watch that stream when it was put in front of us is negatively reinforced the system's idea about who to show the channel to. Okay. All right. Well, send it to me, man, and I'll boost it. Send me tweet it out and I'll boost it. 30 or 40 backers still a good bump when you're looking at 300, 400 backers on a campaign. Yeah. And yeah, and if I had the energy, the time, and the people willing to let me go on their show, you know, that's what I would do. But I'm just, you know, it's not that I'm lazy or that I'm not wanting to. I've got a whole bunch of people like, hold on a second, a whole bunch of streams. Too many streams, not enough time to catch a handful here and there, but I'd much rather consume sub 10-minute content. Right. Community service in the country is bandits heroes. Well, appreciate it. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But all I'm saying, though, guys, is that the model as it is, more hot takes. People love hot takes. Yeah, they do. But it's part of what's destroying the net. But I just I seem to have a good content today. Live streams work best for magnetic personalities can collect groupies. I don't have a personality. Some of the characters do. So center my focus around them. Right. Gotcha. Well, I can't collect groupies either, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, I mean, some people have made it work for them. I mean, Hojo, my God, and Pixel Trader. I mean, they work the system better than anybody I've ever seen. And Pixel is like closing in on 20K, and you know, Hojo's like at nearly 12K. Both of them are first books. I mean, it's incredible what those guys accomplished. And it's just amazing, you know. And I do have a second. My last month, I do have some stuff coming out. I'm going to put some new stuff on my campaign, new stuff to push. And I'm looking at some new approaches. I'm looking at some new the short video thing. I'm looking into it. I've already posted 3 of them today. I mean, 2 of them today, but the one I posted the other day, just as a test, went over 1,000 views. And so that's the one. That's the thing. That's the thing is that there is a whole stream of normies out there, man. They are begging for something besides the mainstream. They are all sick of it, man. I mean, they're sick of it. They're staying away in droves. Okay. They're staying away in droves. If you see the box office in the last couple years, I mean, the last couple months, it's movies that used to be tent poles, movies that went over $1 billion easy, are struggling to get 600K. And you're like, oh, it's because people don't want to go to theaters anymore. No, it's because your stuff sucks. It sucks. It's soulless, and it has no class. It has no heart to it. The people that you have writing, my God, I mean, leave them on the picket line because they suck. Okay, all those people picketing right now, leave them out there. I mean, those people suck. They can't do the job. So get people that can do the damn job. I mean, just leave them on that picket line, man. I mean, my gosh. I mean, look at the writing, the atrocious writing we're getting right now. Surely there's got to be somebody out there better than that. Somebody's got to be out there better than that. Let's get caught up. Live streams work best for magnet. Oh, sorry, saw that one. Kairos is a Neo. I'm not sure what that is. That's what it is. You know what made me back so many creators? The connection back in 2018, 2019. Felt streams were more about friends making cool shit rather than bitching about the industry. Yeah. True. We were hyped to see everyone make something new. Yeah. That's true. That's absolutely true. The shorts are an interesting new territory. What I hear is they pay all right. They can suddenly go viral at any point if they don't take off immediately. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking into it. I'm also hearing they don't track many subs. Well, off of that one that I did the other day, I got 5 subs all like immediately. So I don't know if it's the fact that YouTube maybe stopped throttling my channel and starting showing subs or letting me maintain the ones I have, because it's been capping me at about 181. I mean 381 for a while now. And it's like I go up past 381 and then what's going on with YouTube? Just talking about the model, man. Just talking about the model. It's now you big old dinosaur. It's now you big old dinosaur. It's now you big old dinosaur. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. But I just think we need to start talking about it. We need to start. Okay. Now equals now. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm right, meow. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Kairos is now. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be white, black. I'll be white, black. Okay. All right. Anyway, I just think we need to start asking questions. I think we need to start exploring, especially the smaller shows, because that's still working for the bigger guys, the guys that already have the. What is the verdict? The verdict is try new stuff. Keep try new stuff. Do something different. Good show the other day at James Craig. I caught the replay. I appreciate it. Yeah, James, cool. All right, I'm black now. All right, okay, I'm black now. All right. Anyway, so I think we need to research. I think we need to look at new areas. I think Rumble. I'm thinking Rumble might be it's starting to gain some momentum, and it might be a place to go and do stuff specifically for Rumble. But I'm not sure how if they've got their model like completely worked out over there. The fact that StreamYards doesn't connect to them just annoys the shit out of me. I mean, come on, guys, get it together. I don't know anybody that connects to them. No, maybe Michael Bancroft. I think streams are good for connecting creators to people. I'm not a big fan of random talking head streams with no point though. Right. I think YouTube videos are still the way. Not convinced you can grow much from nothing anymore on streams alone. Yeah. But the thing about it is, though, is I'm not seeing a lot of these videos that are evergreen. I'm seeing that like things that are like good for the moment, that are good for like, okay, this is the big like event that's happening right now at this moment, but it's not going to be around long after that. So I think maybe doing some more. Hold on a second. Great conversation to be had here, Bruns. Yep. Focused, edited, professional content. Yeah. So I'm working on some stuff. Great quality audio, catchy hooks, Bancroft shorts for the win. Yeah, Bancroft's got it going on. I get my own growth talking about popular books. Streams are worthless, and I wouldn't do them if it wasn't fun to game and chat, right? Well, okay. So maybe the model that needs to change. Oh, wait a second. I've always said Michael Bancroft was doing it on a hard mode. He's not an example to follow with a daily stream. Well, Okay, I think basically what needs to happen though is I think that especially the smaller creators, the smaller guys, the ones that aren't at 1K yet or not even 500, yet, which is evidently the new threshold. Um, I think we need to like change the game. I think we need to do something different. Um, I think we need to start exploring new things, and if you guys find something that works, um, let me know, and I'll try to let other people know. But what the ultimate aim is to get outside of our bubble, get outside this box, get the normies interested. I don't think I don't think the growth potential is in the community that we're in right now. I think the growth potential is out there, and I think we just need to find a way to get to those people. I think a lot of things that Luke Stone's doing at Fund My Comic, like the Iron Age Media, the Iron Age distributors idea, and things like that. Those are the most intriguing ideas that I've heard so far. And okay. Worth is for me. Gotcha. Uh, that was one guy, not CG, who's making evergreen comic contents highly professional. His channel's blown up. Right? Okay. Yeah, very cool to hear, Bancroft, right? Slightly controversial dude, Tyler Carpenter. Drawing Talks restructured his channel. I think he's poised to explode in the next year if he keeps pace. Gotcha. Thanks for sharing your experience with us, James Craig. Well, I'm just saying, if you want to do something different, you know what? Right now, I don't think the model's working anymore. I don't think it's worked in a while, and you got the outliers like Hojo, who's thrown a bunch of money at it, got on a ton of streams, did a lot of the work, and managed to be very successful with his first book. And Pixel Trader, who's also very successful with his first book, extraordinarily successful with his first book. And I honestly think that it's out there. It's out there right now. And but I just think that if we're not exploring different ways of doing it, then we're always going to get the same results that we always have. Pixel Trader says, "I wish I could stream more." Yeah, you'd be hilarious, man. You're just genius. You're one of the wittiest people I've ever met. You would be hellacious on your own channel. Um, oh, got a Matthew sighting. Matthew Fowler sighter. What's up, dude? So, I guess what I'm saying right now is I think we need to start exploring different ways, different models. I think that the days of going on constant streams and just like doing the circle jerk thing, I think we need to find a way to invite, people from outside to the party. I think that should be the goal right now, to outreach, to evangelize, you know. I think we need to get out of this bubble. We need to bust the bubble and start corrupting. They call us a corrupting influence. They call us Islamophobes and all this other horrible things. Uh, you know, maybe we need to get out of that ghetto. But unless somebody says so, unless somebody starts talking about it, I think it's not going to happen. Anyway, hold on a second. Is blue your favorite color? Blue is one of my favorite colors. Yeah. Topic is YouTube shows still the way, or is it a dead end? That's the topic of discussions today. Yeah, everybody's coming out today. Happy to have everybody. I think a lot of new viewers coming in to watch the more popular channels aren't there for comics at all. No, I don't think they are. No, they aren't. Sup, agent? The most successful because I've been paying attention 5 years via my work at IndieGoGo and wasn't afraid to ask questions to nearly every creator I respect. I also had lightning in a bottle. Yes, you did. You did have lightning in a bottle. It's a very good run for a hashtag. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I do this by having my fingers in different pies. I've flipped in indie comics and one in indie books and one in tabletop gaming, so forth, different circles. Right. Right. Well, I think we just need to figure out a way to evangelize a little bit to get out of our, you know, I believe in comics. I believe comics is in the comics medium, but at the same time, my channel is really more about writing because writing is it's failing on all levels of society. Everything is about writing, and now they're talking about replacing writing with Chat GTP because the writing has dropped so far that they think that god awful mechanical entity can possibly write stuff that's going to pass because the writing is so horrible. And in some ways, Chat GTP writes better stuff than some of these guys that are picketing right now asking for raises. But writing is, we got to get the writing back up where it's supposed to be. Exactly the same here, John. Yeah. The other hand, getting anywhere between 30 to 150 live viewers to show up for indie comics is a lot better than anything that existed pre-CG. Yeah, because CG, it worked. It worked for a long time, and it worked for a lot of people. And it was the model was successful for a long time, and a lot of people got funded. A lot of people managed to make it. But I'm looking. I've got the long view. I'm looking at the long view though. Hold on a second. The hashtag is still pretty solid. You go on X and browse through and find comics. There were years back there when it's mostly drama and complainers. Yeah. Well, I think CG has grown up quite a bit from those days, but I think we got to be more. I think there's a whole society out there that's just begging for content, begging for better characters, better worlds, better stories. I mean, you look at Ahsoka. That's what that's what they want the mainstream to absorb. The normies to absorb. The chick flick that this is Ahsoka. And I just think people are ready. They're begging for better worlds, better stories, better characters. They're begging for new IPs to get behind. And hold on a second. Writing has to drop because they hire on visionary writers for reasons other than the writing talent. Absolutely. And that's where they fail. That's where they fail, man. That's where they fail. Writing's a big mystery to me. I know when I'm reading something great, but I couldn't pull it off myself. Almost like good drawing. Yeah. When you hear it, it's authenticity. And we've got this golden opportunity, guys. It's golden opportunity. I mean, Oliver Anthony, nay Chris Lunsford, is just a indicative of something else bigger. Okay. And I'm seeing him. I saw, Sound of Freedom managing to go over well over 100. I mean, over 500 million, I think, so far. But on a 70 million budget or something like that, 14 million. And just shoestring budget when it came to, getting the word out there. But people saw it. They saw that trailer, and they felt like there was some authenticity there. They can see it. They can sense it. Okay. And Goofy, like, it's out there to be had. It's out there. And these people are begging for it, man. They're begging for somebody to say, Star Wars is dead. What's the new Star Wars? Okay. Doctor Who. They killed Doctor Who. What else is what's another sci-fi, time traveler what's the next thing that I can sink my teeth into? And they're just begging for somebody to step up and say, because this is what happened back when these characters came in, these characters that they're destroying now, is people were begging for them back then, and they showed up, and they glommed onto them, and they made them part of their life, made them part of their lexicon, and it built their world around them. I mean, some people, Star Wars fans, some Star Wars fans, man, they have like armor and stuff like that, and crazy stuff like that, and so to turn off that group, to turn them away from Star Wars, that took skill. Okay, that took determination, but they managed to kill it. But people are begging for the next thing. They're begging for the next thing, and we have the next thing. The next thing is here in this community, here on this side of the net, this part of the. We just got to find a way to get out of this bubble and get it in front of them. And I feel with every fiber of my being is that if we start asking the question, okay, what's the next model to follow? What's the next, what's the next way to get out of our ghetto? And, we need to parade down Main Street. We need to parade down Main Street. We need to stop hiding in the shadows where they stuck us, and stop hiding in these ghettos where they segregated us. And people are ready, man. They're ready. They're begging. And all they're doing right now is they're supporting these guys that are complaining about the mainstream. And they're supporting them in thousands and thousands of subs. But those guys aren't talking about anything but their buddies, like ISOM. They talk about ISOM. They wear ISOM gear. And that's great and all. But there's a lot more out there than ISOM. There's a lot more out there that could use a boost. And that's my criticism of them, is that, we need to stop complaining about the mainstream. We need to start replacing it. And I don't feel like they've got the long vision for that, right? I mean, you could tell me what's wrong with this thing, okay, that's out there right now. You can tell me what's wrong with Ahsoka. You can tell me what's wrong with the Barbie movie. You can tell me what's wrong with this, that, and the other, the Blue Beetle. You can tell me, you can break down why the marketing was wrong. You can break down why the writing was wrong. And the writing is atrocious, okay? It's atrocious. They just had somebody stabbed with another lightsaber and survived. This is like the fourth or fifth time that's happened in the last 5 years. Somebody gets stabbed with a lightsaber, that's game over. That is game over. And yet they're having them survive. It's like the playing cowboys and Indians, and you got your little brother refuses to die, after he's shot. I mean, come on now. You break the rules, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let me see. Let me get caught up over here. All right. It's an enchanting experience. Okay. I think indie comics can team up with indie fantasy authors, make companion books or adapted work. You have two circles in the same creative space. Yeah. Definitely. It sounds like a real good idea. Yes, it does. I haven't watched anything new for years. I don't watch new shows anymore. I've seen about 4 recent movies in as many years. Exactly. I don't either. Why should I? I mean, the trouble's too many folks don't play well, so others don't like to share their playground. Yeah. That's true. We're going to have to grow up, though. So missing ingredients, comic book content. We have hundreds and hundreds of startled stories for very few are in a decent way in. We have to get that energy up till we get there. Yeah, that's true. Say Agent Zero is a big reason why I made my channel a bit of a platform for others. I just wish I had more free time to devote to it. All right, that's the problem. That's the problem. Free time and energy. Bancroft is right. Onward, keep pushing. Yeah. Not if they have plot armor. Exactly. Exactly. They have ovaries. It's ovaries plot armor. If that was a guy, he'd be dead. If that was a guy. I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn, dead. Same injury. Exact same place. Dead. He's a wuss. He must be a wuss. Okay. Because he didn't have ovaries to protect his innards, I guess. Bancroft took the words out of my mouth. We have very few indie franchises, several issues deep. Those are doing well. Yeah. Yeah, we're early days. Hold on a second. What's Critical Drinker's take on it? It's more than I needed to hear about something I wasn't going to watch. I don't need to see 15 more videos about it. Exactly. Just smaller market than we all thought, but if you budget good books for around 15K fulfilled, you can keep creating. Right. Kind of resent the way YouTube thinks I'm interested in 100 videos about Barbie. Right. I wouldn't call CGA Gatto, but it's a movement that figures out a way to do things, rallies around that, sticks to it. Prices and distribution are two things to get around. Side good books, right? And, okay. I've got this plans for my own world of stories, so this stuff takes a lot of time to make. It sure does. It sure does. And monies for those of us who hire artists. That is it. Eric rather get international shipping at a reasonable price through pirate ship. Why can't others? That's true. Critical Blast definitely has a lot of that locked down. And that's pretty much who I'm going to use for my fulfillment when I get there. Anyway. Okay. Zero's got to represent. Yeah, some zero love over here. All right. Anyway, that was just on my mind today. Once again, Terror of the Trenches. The link is in the description. It's a hell of a book. I enjoyed the hell out of it. My review is the beginning of this show, if you want to go back. And I gave it 5 out of 6 carats, and with potential for that 6th carat if the second book completes it in a way that makes it all worth it. So I'm leaving the potential open. But yeah, definitely Terror in the Trenches is a Bunny recommend. It's definitely an awesome book. And that's a mainstream property that went into public domain, and Vaughn did something with it. Also, there's Out of Obscurity still funding. And I got to play my trailer on the way out. This is a community service. It is still funding right now on Fund My Comic. I believe in it. I believe it with all of my heart. And I'm doing my best to make it happen. So thank you all for coming. I mean, great chat today. Great. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate every one of you. The fluffiest chat in all of YouTube. And we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure it out together. And as we come up with solutions, let's share them. And let's find a way to reach those normies, man. They're begging to be reached. They're sitting there begging to be reached. And so we just got to find a way. We got to find a way to get there. Anyway, that's Ben Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. And y'all have a very nice day.
Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it the gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet? Has to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty. I know not what cost others. As for me, give me liberty, or give me death.